So we're a double act as well. Just need to coordinate things here. So good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be here in person, as many of you and many of the speakers have said before, and to hear from such a diverse range of speakers about sustainability's challenges and opportunities, carbon reduction strategies, newer definitions or simpler definitions of net zero, local and national priorities around sustainability and climate change. And it was great that Phil introduced also the concept of social value, but not just social value, also the notion of values. Monica and I are here today to share the University of Hertfordshire's vision and ambition around sustainability and climate action, as well as some key milestones in our journey to date. Completely forgot about this stuff. So for those of you that may not be familiar with University of Hertfordshire, I can tell you that we are effectively a town within a town, a complex and constantly evolving ecosystem, involving a community of over 30,000, including staff and students, making us into one of the largest employers in the region. And some of you may know that we also run a bus company, Unibuses, taking many of those students and staff and many other people in the county and beyond off the roads. But as Spider-Man, I think, would have said, with size comes responsibility. And as such, we are acutely aware of our footprint, but also very aware of our potential to exert influence and to enable change. Indeed, a core part of our mission and responsibility as an educational and research institution is to engage in knowledge exchange and to contribute to changing mindsets through the students we send out into the world, through our research and through our work supporting businesses to innovate and grow. But we don't just want to talk the talk.
Thank you. So as an organisation, we're a business. We have to make sure that we do everything that you guys do. So I'm just sharing the journey that we've been on and we are still on. So as Yanina said, we have about 30,000, we have 3,000 staff, we have over 27,000 students, we have contractors on site, we have two horse providers, so we are a big community and a complex community. And as an Anchor Institute, we have a big role to play, and actually I see our campus as a bit of a living lab. So we can do a lot there, and we can actually share practices with a lot of people, and we've got researchers, academics, professional staff to really have a lovely mix. So really it is, again, talking about building that mindset around net zero. So I know it's boring, but we've worked really hard on our foundations. We've spent a lot of time making sure that our environmental management system is fit for purpose. We are able to demonstrate that we've got the foundations there, and it's certified to ISO 14001. So for a large, complex environment like us, that's actually quite a challenge. And we're really pleased to actually be able to say that, the last 2 recertifications, we have not had any non-conformances, which is pretty damn good. So we like to use the ISO 14001 standard and we like to bring that to life. So it's not about tick boxing, this is about using it to be able to set our own agenda for sustainability and environment management. And how we've done that is through our biodiversity plan, our carbon plan, our energy plan, our waste plan, our travel plans. And that's all owned by the right people within the organisation. So myself and Nana there, we're there to facilitate and enable. We've got people, amazing people around the university that take ownership of this and drive it for us. So it is, again, about embedding that process. And we use our governance process to make sure we've got good ability to drive that change, and we have full senior management commitment on all of this. So, as you can see from those graphs, they do tell a bit of a good story. Year on year, we can see that we've actually dropped our waste, and we've also had a good approach to reducing our carbon emissions. Now that has been, that's been ongoing. We've got buildings that have been designed to BREEAM excellent. They operate at good to very good, but we always aim for all of our new buildings for the last 10 years to be at BREEAM excellent. And we also have a waste site on campus, so we do a lot of waste segregation on site before it goes elsewhere. So we actually take all of that, and we probably send about 2% of our waste to landfill, which is, again, quite an achievement, and we aim to do more and more to reduce that. So, our next step in our journey is about using those strong foundations and to actually implement our climate vision. Our climate vision has actually really focused on the environment and sustainability side of the environmental sustainability side of sustainability. And with that, we also, Quinton, our Vice-Chancellor, signed up to the Race to Zero pledge, and that's been discussed earlier on. So what we're doing this year is actually looking at how we develop our action plan to actually be able to deliver on our 4 pathways. Our pathways have actually been integrated, and we've used our university strategic plan to make sure, again, it's been mentioned before, we've made sure it fits into the university strategic plan to be able to deliver on things we, as an organisation, we want to deliver on. And we look at measuring that through a board KPI that we set in the summer. We look at further connecting with other agendas across the organisation. So my role, I have health and safety in my role. I report to the board on that. I also oversee the workplace wellbeing agenda at the university. So I'm in a very lucky position whereby we can bring some of these other agendas together, so we're not duplicating resources, we're actually making sure that we connect everything and build that green thread across the organisation. So building our community. Now, we want to take a whole university approach. Now, what we've been talking about here, we want to take a whole system approach, so a whole Hertfordshire approach is quite important. So for our students, we are actually embedding sustainability into the graduate attributes. We're actually using our Go Hearts Awards, so our students can actually get volunteer points linked to sustainability. For our staff, we've actually put together we use the Green Impact Award that's developed by the National Union for Students, and we're driving a behavioural programme across the organisation. And I'm really quite proud of this, because we've actually got a very small team at the university, and what we've done over the last 2 or 3 years is employ a placement student and have a little intern programme, and also employ graduates. So we are actually developing our students to make sure they've got the skills to come out and work with you guys. Yeah, so it's been really important to make sure that they can see how an environmental system works in practice, and then they can actually use that to support. So I've mentioned about education and student experience. So again, we're building carbon literacy. And also the other thing is reducing the operational emissions. So buildings, we're building a carbon footprint at the moment, and we will actually reduce year on year our carbon footprint, and we're actually looking at how we can improve our circular economy within the organisation.
So the 4th strand of our vision focuses on our research, enterprise, and global engagement work. Our aim is to increase our understanding of climate change at different levels, from capturing changes in atmospheric gases and glaciers to developing solutions to environmental challenges across different sectors, from sustainable transport to zero carbon construction materials, regenerative agriculture, renewable energy technologies. We are looking to empower communities and businesses to take purposeful action to protect our planet through our research and innovation work. Through our global engagement work, we are already collaborating with partners on many of these challenges around the world. And sustainable innovation is at the core of our engagement with the aspiring entrepreneurs and businesses of all sizes that we support in our business incubator, on our sustainability accelerator, through knowledge transfer partnerships or other more structured collaborative R&D programs, through workforce development, and many other forms of business support. And Phil, who I don't know if he's come back into the room, mentioned earlier volunteering. We recently ran a very successful volunteer business support service in collaboration with the LEP and the Growth Hub that ran during the pandemic. And we onboarded 78 volunteers, some of them are here, volunteers from across the county to support just under 330 businesses. A really remarkable achievement and an incredibly positive experience. We hope that the last, and this is a complicated slide.
I'll do that, you talk.
We hope that the last few slides have given you a glimpse into the work that the university is already doing around sustainability and climate change, but also what our vision and aspirations are. The climate vision that Monica outlined begins with a focus on our mini town within a town. However, our ambition and our work extends well beyond the boundaries of our two campuses. And we are very aware that it's crucial to keep the bigger picture in mind, because after all, everything is connected, as recent events in the last few years and in the last few days have shown us. We have, as Monica mentioned as well, we have signed up to the Race to Zero. We have made a pledge. We are capturing relevant data, and we are making it publicly available. We want to become a net zero organization. And in the process, we are keen to ensure that we are guided by the Sustainable Development Goals and that these become embedded in the university's mindset. Among all of the Sustainable Development Goals, number 17, right at the center there, is focused on partnerships for the goals. And it is a really important one, because our collective journey towards a more sustainable future cannot be done in isolation. As other speakers have also said before, sustainability is very much a team sport, a collaborative effort. So our call to you today is to reach out to us, to tap into our research and expertise, to see how we can support your business, no matter how large or small, to meet our carbon literate graduates, and to help us achieve even more impactful teaching, research, and innovation that supports our common pathway to a more sustainable future for our local community and the world. Thank you.